IDubbbz' wife exposed in shocking new footage. This is bad. Welcome back. Things are getting messy again because IDubbbz' wife, Anissa, is back in the spotlight.
I think if you shaved the mustache and trimmed up the mullet, I think you would appeal to gay and bisexual men, mostly.
And she's stirring chaos like never before.
Gay and bisexual men, that would be my strategy.
She's out here saying no straight woman would ever be into IDubbbz.
No, and bisexual women. I think actually your strongest demographic is bisexual women right now, as is.
Claiming he only appeals to gay guys. That's wild. Ethan didn't waste a second. He's completely clowning on IDubbbz right now.
Oh,
So
snake chips.
You season the snake skin and then you bake
She's
it
trying to
in
kill
the
him.
She wants him to die.
She's trying to kill him.
Viewers are saying IDubbbz is getting the full Hasan experience.
Or what look appeals to everyone?
Hasan Abi appeals to everyone.
Oh my God.
Being called out and scolded by his own fans for being too woke. It's turning into a full-blown internet meltdown. People are actually canceling him for listening to music on Spotify. Ethan even went as far as exposing IDubbbz' supposed income, saying it's below minimum wage.
For the YouTube video, you should do snake chips.
He's reportedly down to just 100 viewers. That's brutal. And Anissa, she's apparently pushing IDubbbz to eat snake skin just for content. On top of that, rumors are swirling that she's been thirsting after Ethan and CoffeeZilla, basically anyone except her own husband. This whole thing is turning into one messy soap opera.
Doing OnlyFans, and then he's like, actually, like, maybe?
The couple's even trying to rewrite history, comparing the streamer awards to Creator Clash like it's the same thing. Last time we saw IDubbbz, he was literally begging for Twitch subs after losing over 1,000 followers and watching his career hit rock bottom. What a fall from grace.
Can you imagine the lolcow arc of IDubbbz going and doing OnlyFans? Like there is no better fucking end.
So, remember when IDubbbz tried to convince Ethan he wasn't broke by flexing his $3 plates?
I think that's actually longer. I think there's a longer clip and it's even worse than that.
How could it be worse?
Yeah, that moment aged terribly. Not long after that, YouTuber Caleb Hammer actually hosted a financial audit and claimed IDubbbz was so broke he had to sell his house. Caleb even invited him onto the show to explain himself. Total financial drama caught in 4K. But fast forward to today, and things somehow got worse. A new clip is surfaced showing Anissa, yes, his OnlyFans wife, completely thirsting over Hasan while talking down on Ian.
Into white Hasan. But I think she wants to ruin his life. She wants to make him as unfuckable as possible. She wants to get nude pictures of him.
In the clip, Anissa jokes about what Ian's OnlyFans audience would even look like, saying there's no world where he could ever appeal to straight women. Then turns around and says Hasan would attract everyone. That's wild, coming from his own wife. This isn't just awkward, it's next-level humiliation. You'd expect words like that from a hater, not from their life partner. The way she talks about him sounds like something out of a reality show meltdown. People are calling it pure disrespect, and honestly, it feels like she's roasting him for the internet to watch.
Nobody's paying to see his fucking OnlyFans, period. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see Anissa's OnlyFans.
Wow, what a great life choice, right? Let's break this down because what Anissa said is absolutely wild.
Your wife doesn't even like you. She wants to Hasan. Ethan's just being a son. No, you said that.
She told Ian that he might appeal to gay women, but that straight women could never find him attractive. She said his whole vibe just doesn't work, that he's too effeminate and too empathetic, and even called him a complete pushover in every way.
Most brutal clips I've ever watched.
It's so bad. It's so bad. So guys, so remember, Ian and Anissa, you're horrible.
That's brutal coming from your own wife. She didn't stop there. She basically implied he's got zero masculine energy left. No drive, no confidence, no financial stability, nothing. At this point, she might as well be handing him divorce papers, because that kind of disrespect cuts deep.
But no, I'm using YouTube Music. Like, YouTube Music is going to be so much better.
People online are questioning what's even going on with Anissa. Like, is she straight, or is she just saying whatever gets her the most attention? Some are saying she's just spinning stories for sympathy or victim points. It's messy, no doubt. And then comes the wildest part. Apparently, she once asked Ian if he'd ever considered making his own OnlyFans. Who even asks their husband that? After all the chaos her own page caused, that's next level. It's like she dragged him into public embarrassment and now wants to double down. In an era where everything online can be twisted, leaked, or even turned into AI versions, that question hits way different. It's not just weird, it's risky, it's reckless, and honestly, it's kind of sad to see how far this has gone. It's like she just wants him to get humiliated even more. She didn't even hesitate with that last comment. That was straight up ruthless. I'm no relationship expert, but come on, that's heartbreaking to watch. Honestly, someone needs to tell Ian to walk away, because that's not love, it's just painful. Let's be real, he's clearly not her type. Her type is obviously Hasan, and it feels like she's been trying to mold Ian into some kind of white Hasan copy. It's wild behavior, and honestly, this is exactly why so many people online have a problem with her. Like seriously, how does Ian even tolerate all that? Watching this whole situation unfold hurts, and I'm not even in that relationship. The dynamic feels totally off. Some people online are even joking that Ian's basically lost control, saying it's like he's been emotionally chopped down and made to follow her lead no matter what. That's a tough image for someone who used to be known for calling people out with confidence. Let's be honest, Ian's masculinity isn't the only thing that's faded since he got with Anissa. It's crazy how everything they say seems to feed right into the same jokes and criticisms people have been throwing at them for years. It's almost like there's a bit of truth in all that mockery. How can someone have this little self-awareness? Anissa keeps bringing up how attractive Hasan is over and over again, like she can't help herself. The way she openly drags Ian is rough to watch. It feels like she's slowly convincing him that he's not good enough, that he's somehow gross compared to other guys, and that he needs to work overtime just to keep her interested. That's some cold-hearted stuff. But let's be real, he's not exactly out there hustling either. The dude's chilling in his basement, yelling at his computer screen while playing World of Warcraft to an almost empty audience. It's sad because you can tell the confidence he used to have is just gone. And when Anissa said she doesn't think there's any world where Ian could appeal to straight women, wow, that's brutal. She basically said if he were the last man on Earth, or even in the whole multiverse, he'd still be single if not for her, like she's doing him some kind of favor just for sticking around. Ethan didn't hold back either. He straight up went off on both Ian and Anissa, saying it feels like she's actively trying to ruin his life. And honestly, after seeing all this, it's hard not to wonder if he's right. The downfall of IDubbbz is honestly something future YouTubers will study. It's that shocking. I mean, people joked that he might lose it all one day, but no one thought it would crash this hard. It's like watching a legend completely crumble in real time. This is what happens when someone gets too close to that Hasan orbit, man. The moment IDubbbz made that one video praising Hasan, it's like his entire life flipped upside down. Everything went downhill fast. His career, his image, his confidence, gone. It's like he got dragged into the internet's version of the shadow realm. And Anissa? People are saying she's like the one holding the keys to that downfall, pulling the strings, taking control, and maybe even cashing in on it with her next OnlyFans stunt. It's wild to see how far the humiliation has gone, like it's hit a level no one could even have made up in a movie. If someone had pitched this storyline as fiction, no one would have believed it. But here's the thing, some say karma is playing its part. IDubbbz once tried to justify that whole situation involving Ethan's family, and now he's the one catching all the losses, while Ethan keeps stacking wins. The tables really turned on him. And then, in the middle of all this madness, Ethan's wife Ela even tries to guess what Anissa really meant by the advice she gave in. At this point, every new clip just adds another twist to a story that's already completely off the rails. Let's clear one thing up. Saying IDubbbz looks like a lesbian is just wrong. Don't insult anyone like that. It's not even the right comparison. What's really happening here is way deeper than appearances. IDubbbz looks defeated, like a shell of who he used to be. It honestly feels like he's lost all sense of himself under Anissa's control, just going through the motions with no spark left. People online have been saying he looks completely drained, mentally, emotionally, and even creatively. It's like all that energy he used to have for roasting people and calling out nonsense has been sucked right out of him. Some fans are even joking about his diet from that weird drink moment he had on stream, saying it's symbolic of how far he's fallen. It's just sad, man. Pure, another creator, even responded to the situation by calling it diabolical that Anissa came out as bi after marrying Ian. The internet lit up with takes about that, and honestly, it added another layer to this already messy story. Someone even said, "I can't imagine an IDubbbz OnlyFans." And honestly, no one wants to picture that. It's just uncomfortable to see how much his image has changed.
Last week, I guarantee you.
Oh my god.
Look into the paperwork. When IDubbbz dies of...
Fans have been yelling the same thing for years. Get some self-respect, Ian. But it's like he refuses to listen. He even seems to resent the people trying to help him, treating their concern like hate instead of tough love. What's crazy is that years ago, IDubbbz actually mocked one of his critics who said Anissa might struggle to find a job in the future. And now, she hasn't worked a single day since, even though they're reportedly struggling financially.
Salmonella, or whatever poison she puts in the skin. Don't ask her questions.
She's still not doing much else. Then came that infamous mid-2020 video where IDubbbz completely changed his image. Many called it the start of the end. Even he later admitted that was the turning point where everything started falling apart. It's wild to see how accurate that prediction turned out to be. That video was just painful to watch. No comedy, no punchlines, just pure frustration disguised as content. You could see the anger all over Ian's face. And then he said that wild line about being okay with people online doing things to his wife's content. That was the moment everyone knew IDubbbz was done. Like there's no coming back from that level of embarrassment. It felt like watching someone willingly torch their own reputation in real time. No self-respecting person would ever publicly say something like that, especially after years of being known as one of YouTube's toughest critics. It's like he flipped his whole persona upside down overnight. Fans weren't just shocked, they were genuinely sad to see how far he'd fallen. And then came the woke scolding moment, another low point in this never-ending spiral. Ethan reacted to a clip where IDubbbz was arguing with a chatter who asked if he was seriously using Spotify to stream music. The chatter said, "Please tell me you're not using Spotify to play music on stream." And Ian got defensive, like way too defensive. Ethan couldn't stop laughing at how uncomfortable Ian got over such a simple question. The wild part? Ian's audience turned on him instantly. The same fans who once cheered for him are now calling him out for being too woke and acting like some sort of wannabe activist. It's so ironic because he once mocked people for the same behavior he's showing now. He wanted so badly to be seen as the white Hasan that he basically copied his style, his mannerisms, and even his politics. But instead of gaining respect, he just ended up getting roasted by his own viewers for listening to Spotify. You can't make this stuff up. Did his last brain cell finally wake up or what? Now suddenly IDubbbz saying his own audience sucks. That's wild. I thought he loved the so-called woke crowd he worked so hard to please. But now that they're turning on him, he's acting shocked, like he didn't see this coming. The irony is unreal. This whole situation feels exactly like what happened with Hasan. He tried to cater to that same kind of hyper-online, easily triggered audience because, hey, it's free engagement, right? But here's the thing. When you play that game too long, those same fans will eventually eat you alive. And when they do, it's brutal. Now, IDubbbz is going through the same meltdown, complaining about how toxic his viewers are after spending years trying to impress them. Every time this happens, it's the same story. A creator bends over backwards to please the most extreme parts of their fan base, and then boom, those same fans flip the switch and drag them through the mud. No sympathy, no mercy, no loyalty. Now they're even policing him for something as harmless as listening to music on stream. They're acting like hitting play on Spotify is some global political statement, or that it somehow affects world events. It's insane. Honestly, if I had an audience like that, people trying to guilt trip me over music, I'd log off for good. I couldn't handle being rage-baited every single day by a bunch of people pretending to be morally superior while losing their minds over the smallest things. Man, if I were in his shoes, I'd be furious at my own fan base for acting like complete fools. But thankfully, not everyone has to deal with that. I gotta say, creators with chill, fun audiences don't know how lucky they are. Meanwhile, IDubbbz is stuck dealing with people who throw tantrums over music. Like seriously, don't listen to Spotify, it's bad? Oh, come on, what kind of nonsense is that? I honestly can't even imagine what kind of people think like this. What do they look like in real life? Picture it. You're on your way to work or school, got your headphones in, minding your business, maybe vibing to some chill playlist, and out of nowhere, some random person yanks your AirPod out and screams, "Are you listening to Spotify right now? You're literally supporting something evil." Like what? Who even thinks that way? It's absurd. That's the real-world version of what's happening online right now. These people are acting like listening to a random song equals taking a political stance. It's total madness, and it shows how far gone some online spaces have become. And here's the funniest part. IDubbbz could just ignore it. He could scroll past, not engage, and move on. But no, he has to react to every single comment that bothers him. Every time someone pokes him online, he takes the bait like it's personal. Hasan does the same thing. It's like these guys can't help but argue with the internet 24/7. And it's not just one or two people, it's hundreds of comments, all filled with the same ridiculous energy. So instead of rising above it, they keep jumping right into the chaos, arguing with faceless trolls. IDubbbz really jumped headfirst into that whole LA streamer crowd without understanding what kind of ideology he was aligning with, and now it's backfiring hard. It's wild how deep IDubbbz got himself tangled in all this chaos, all because his wife wanted to network with Hasan's circle. That move completely backfired. Now he's trapped, trying to please a crowd that's practically unhinged, and it's eating away at what's left of his sanity. And the jokes just write themselves. Anissa literally went to Hasan's house, and everyone knows how she's got a soft spot for flashy and influential types. It's messy energy all around. Then there's this whole Spotify boycott drama, which makes zero sense. Like, what even is the logic here? Is Spotify suddenly some big political villain now? Because if that's the case, then guess what? Almost every major company is on someone's boycott list. Amazon owns Twitch, Starbucks gets boycotted every other month, and even chicken nuggets are problematic now. What are these people supposed to do? Just live off air and self-righteousness? It's fine if someone wants to personally boycott a brand, but the second they start telling everyone else how to live, it's straight up clown territory. Nobody likes being policed over random internet morality trends. And honestly, IDubbbz should have drawn that line long ago, instead of bending over backwards to keep these people happy. Then Ethan came in swinging again. He exposed IDubbbz's current Twitch stats, and it's grim. The man's pulling barely 100 viewers now. Ethan joked that IDubbbz isn't even the white Hasan. He's not even the white frog. That one stung. Worse yet, Ethan revealed that IDubbbz's income is now below minimum wage. He said Ian is basically Casey Tron without the lawsuit. And honestly, that's brutal, but not far off. At this point,
yeah, he's not a bad-looking dude, but it's not like, nobody's asking for his OnlyFans.
Nobody is asking for his OnlyFans.
But like, she's naming
it might be time for Ian to log off for good and face reality. It's tragic, but it's also self-inflicted. The guy managed to alienate nearly his entire 6 to 7 million subscriber base. His numbers are just a ghost of what they used to be. If someone asks him in real life, "Hey, how big is your channel?" and he says, "I've got 6 million subs," it would just sound awkward now, because the views don't match the flex. People would look him up and see streams barely cracking 100 viewers.
Every person who none of us are thinking of doing OnlyFans for obvious reasons, but he is.
That's beyond rough.
Ethan even says straight up that IDubbbz has gone full Reddit-brained, trapped in his own echo chamber, and that his obsession with online validation has completely ruined him. The crazy part? Ethan half-jokingly offered to buy him a new house, like a pity offer for how far he's fallen. That's when you know it's bad, when your former peers start treating your downfall like a charity case. There's no way. Ethan actually pulled up an igloo as a joke. Absolute cinematic comedy. And honestly, with how bad things are going, the rent there might actually be all IDubbbz can afford these days. Maybe that's his next move, chilling with the penguins, literally. But jokes aside, IDubbbz is officially becoming a cautionary tale for future creators. Like, you could picture this as a story in some YouTube fables book one day. Once upon a time, there was a successful and happy creator who had it all, until he met a toxic partner who teamed up with shady influencers and destroyed everything he built. It's tragic and embarrassing all at once. Don't become like IDubbbz, kids, or you'll end up selling your house and moving to Antarctica. It sounds like a meme, but honestly, it's starting to feel real. People online are even clowning about what it'd be like living next to him in this frozen nightmare, saying stuff like his breath could melt the glaciers from all the stress and frustration he's been carrying. Someone even joked that scientists might need to monitor the ice caps because of him. That's how far the internet is taking this meltdown. It's turned his downfall into full-blown meme material. And when people call him out, his go-to defense is always, "I'm not obsessed with numbers, bro. You guys are." But that's the same guy who used to brag non-stop about his views back when he was on top. The contradiction is crazy. It's like he can't admit how much the fall-off hurt him, so now he just pretends it doesn't matter. But deep down,
Most of these fucking community project things,
everyone can see it. He's not fooling anyone anymore. When your whole career is based on content creation, of course you care about money. That's literally the job. So when IDubbbz says he's not obsessed with numbers, come on, he's not fooling anyone. The guy's clearly struggling, and it shows. At this point, it feels like he's trying to convince himself more than anyone else. And then there's the wildest part. Why is his wife the one carrying the financial weight with an OnlyFans account? That's gotta sting, man.
it's literally just for the community. There isn't like inherent value in it.
It's hard to imagine anything more emasculating than watching your partner have to sell personal content online just to keep the bills paid. It's like watching your entire pride evaporate in real time. What makes it worse is that in the beginning, Anissa didn't need to do it. She just wanted the clout, the control, and the validation. She already had money through Ian, but the fame hit different for her. She wanted to feel powerful and independent, even if it meant embarrassing him in the process. But now it's not just for fun, it's a necessity.
Had the same experience we had, where it's just a bunch of losers yelling about shit that they have no business yelling about.
She has to keep it up so they don't end up moving into that igloo Ethan joked about. Those $3 plates aren't gonna pay for themselves. And Ian's logic lately has been so unhinged. Like, if someone says, "Hey man, your numbers are down," he responds with sarcasm like, "Oh, so you're obsessed with success, huh?" Bro, that's like going to the gym means you're obsessed with your health, or brushing your teeth means you're obsessed with your breath. It makes no sense. You're supposed to care about your own progress. It's called having standards. And now, out of nowhere, he's comparing his Twitch stats to AB from H3. What? That's such a random move. Like, bro, you're out here flexing on background characters now. It's embarrassing. You're supposed to be competing with Ethan or Hasan, the people you modeled your whole rebrand after, not trying to pick easy fights with sidekicks just to feel relevant again. It's honestly sad to see how desperate the falloff has made him. The man who once roasted everyone for clout chasing has now turned into exactly what he used to mock, and it's getting harder and harder to watch without cringing. So now, IDubbbz wants to compare himself to crew members. That's insane. That's like a once famous artist trying to flex on their backup dancer. It doesn't even make sense. They're not even playing the same game anymore. If he keeps falling at this rate, he might as well apply for the Rising Star category next year, because his comeback arc is starting to look more like a parody than a revival. It's wild, man. Instead of owning his past and growing from it, he turned his back on the people who built him up in the first place. His old fans wanted to see him evolve, not erase everything that made him iconic. But instead of maturing, he just spiraled into denial and bitterness. That's not growth, that's self-destruction. And get this, he even skipped his best friend Max's wedding just to get a tattoo. Who does that? Like, imagine choosing a random ink session over celebrating one of the biggest moments in your best friend's life. That's beyond respectful. At this point, the man's making less money than a Waffle House waitress, and people are openly saying it. It's brutal, but probably true. 6 million subscribers, an OnlyFans wife, and somehow his income still in freefall. That's a tough pill to swallow. And the strangest part is this rumor floating around that Anissa wanted Ian to eat snakeskin for content. Like, what kind of relationship is that? Hey honey, want to poison yourself for views?
It's so bizarre that people don't even know if it's a joke or real. Either way, if that's what support looks like, then man, that's not a marriage, that's a circus act. The whole Dobby impression thing was funny at first, but when you realize the context, it turns dark real quick. Apparently, Anissa and Ian wanted to turn this into some kind of YouTube bit, but honestly, it feels less like content and more like she just wants him to do something reckless for shock value. Eat snakeskin? That's not edgy, that's straight up disturbing. People online are actually joking that she's plotting to claim insurance or something, because why else would she push him into doing stuff that could literally make him sick? It's beyond weird. The whole situation gives off toxic couple content energy, like she's testing how far he'll go to prove himself, and he's too drained to say no. And let's be real, eating snakeskin is nasty. It's unhygienic, dangerous, and just plain gross. No sane person would look at that and think, yeah, that'll make a great video. Every time Anissa throws these wild ideas at him, it feels like she's giving more ammo to people who already believe she's manipulating him. It's hard to even blame them for thinking that way when the evidence keeps piling up. At this point,
we kicked out a lot of losers. There was like people who snuck into our event and we kicked them out during like the event.
IDubbbz looks like a man completely under her control, like she's pulling every string. The fact that he's even considering something this risky just to please her is heartbreaking. And it's not some noble love story moment either. Like, if this were a situation where she got bitten by a snake and he risked himself to save her, that'd be heroic. But this is just for clout, for views, for internet points that don't even matter. She's out here egging him on like, no, it'll be great, just eat it, while everyone else is watching in disbelief. It's sad how far things have fallen when doing something gross and dangerous becomes a desperate attempt to stay relevant. People keep saying Anissa's refusal to just get a normal job might actually be the end of Ian, and they're not wrong. All he had to do was stay grounded, focus on his craft, maybe even take that infamous Sam Hyde advice about building himself back up, and his life could have been completely different. Instead, he's stuck in this wild spiral where his dignity is fading faster than his views. So apparently, Anissa isn't just obsessed with Hasan, she's got this wild habit of thirsting after literally every guy on the planet who isn't IDubbbz. Like, what is even going on here? The internet's calling it one of the most humiliating relationship dynamics ever seen online. And honestly, they might be right. It's almost unbelievable how openly she does it too. She doesn't even try to hide it anymore. It's like she's on a public mission to remind Ian that he's not her type. People are watching these clips like, bro, what cursed luck did IDubbbz have to end up with this woman? It's tragic and bizarre at the same time. Then, as if that wasn't enough, she drags another name into her thirst trap moment, CoffeeZilla. She straight up said that his OnlyFans would be hot. Like, excuse me? Why would you even say that out loud? Especially when your husband is already dealing with a bruised ego and collapsing career. That's cold. Nobody in their right mind would ever think, you know what this conversation needs? A random mention of CoffeeZilla and OnlyFans in the same sentence. It's insane. Anissa seems completely unaware, or maybe just doesn't care how disrespectful that sounds. And the thing is, CoffeeZilla's not even that type of creator. He's known for exposing scams and digging deep into finance stories, not doing thirst trap content. The guy's an intellectual, not an influencer trying to cash in on risque stuff.
So when she throws his name out there like that, it's obvious. She's either trolling in or trying to get a reaction out of him. Either way, it's cruel. It's like she gets some kind of twisted thrill from publicly embarrassing her own husband, and everyone can see it. Honestly, no one's asking for perfection in relationships, but bringing up other man's hypothetical OnlyFans accounts while your own partner's career is falling apart, that's just cold-hearted. You can't help but wonder what she actually gains from constantly humiliating him like this. It's painful to watch. Well, IDubbbz, it looks like you've officially hit rock bottom, but don't worry, there might still be one last shot of redemption. The legendary series on the Pegasus channel, arguably the most iconic drama coverage online, might just be your final hope. Because let's be honest, at this point, not even the smartest scientist could regrow the brain cells you've lost along the way. AI can't fix this mess, but maybe a heavy dose of Pegasus could work some kind of miracle. Though let's be real, you don't just need 1 or 2 episodes, you need at least 50. Maybe then, after a full binge-watch therapy session, you could start piecing your life back together, rebuild some of those lost neurons, regain some common sense, and finally find the strength to walk away from the chaos that's been dragging you down, aka your demon of a wife, because right now, there's nothing left for you in this situation. no respect, no peace, no upside. Anissa's got all the benefits lined up for herself, while you just stuck in the background taking hits. The whole scene around her is built like one big influencer ladder. Hand out awards, make connections, and keep everyone kissing up to her to stay in the loop. It's a power play disguised as an event, and somehow she's positioned herself right in the center of it all. Even the drama, every clip, every controversy ends up fueling her exposure, not yours. The more chaos there is, the more clicks, views, and sponsorship deals she racks up. It's a whole cycle where every argument becomes free promo. And the scary part, all of this mess, all the attention and all the networking is setting her up for future brand deals, events, and collaborations. Meanwhile, Ian's just getting smaller and smaller in the picture. If he doesn't break free soon, he's gonna end up as nothing more than a footnote in her influencer playbook. At this point, it feels like the IDubbbz saga is turned into one of the wildest internet downfalls of all time. Every chapter just gets more unbelievable, like we're watching a slow-motion train wreck in 4K. The guy who once built his entire career on roasting fake influencers and standing against clout chasing has somehow become the very thing he used to mock. The saddest part, you can tell deep down he still wants to be respected. He wants people to remember him as the bold, edgy creator who called out nonsense fearlessly. But instead, he's trapped in a web of his own choices. His career fading, his fan base gone, and his public image crumbling under the weight of constant online chaos. And honestly, it's not just about losing followers or views, it's about losing identity. Ian went from being a YouTube powerhouse to someone who seems completely disconnected from his old self. Every move he makes now just feels forced, like he's trying to convince the world and himself that everything's fine when it clearly isn't. Meanwhile, Anissa keeps thriving off the drama, playing her part like a seasoned internet veteran. Every new controversy keeps her relevant, while Ian sinks deeper into obscurity. It's like a twisted reality show where she's always one step ahead and he's always the punchline. But maybe there's still a tiny spark left. Maybe if Ian could cut the noise, step away from all the fake woke validation, and stop letting others define him, he could rebuild what's left. The world loves a comeback story, but only if the person truly owns their mistakes and fights their way back. If IDubbbz ever does make a return, it needs to be raw and unapologetic. No fake moral grandstanding, just him being real again. That's the version of Ian people respected, the guy who didn't care about fitting in, who spoke his mind, and who actually believed in what he said. Until then, this whole saga stands as a brutal reminder to every creator out there. Don't lose yourself chasing pleasing the internet, because once you trade your soul for clicks, it's nearly impossible to get it back. And now, we've reached the final act, the aftermath of it all. The IDubbbz story isn't just a fall from fame, it's a masterclass in how fast the internet can chew you up and spit you out when you stop being authentic. What started as a few questionable choices spiraled into one of the most talked about downfalls in YouTube history. It's almost poetic. This guy went from being the loudest voice calling out fake influencers to becoming trapped in the very machine he once mocked. The same audience that once worshipped his content cop energy now scrolls past his name like it's a relic of the past. Every decision, every awkward clip, every defensive rant, it all chipped away at the legend he built. And Anissa, she's still right there, standing in the center of it all, somehow turning every ounce of chaos into a fresh opportunity. No matter how wild things get, she finds a way to spin it for clicks, sponsors, or sympathy. It's like she's mastered the art of staying relevant while Ian fades deeper into the background. But here's the thing, no one's beyond redemption. If Ian really wanted to, he could still claw his way back. All it takes is honesty, humility, and the guts to admit he lost his way. People might clown him now, but the internet loves a comeback when it feels real. Imagine him dropping a raw, unfiltered video. No fake moralizing, no pandering, just truth. That could flip everything overnight. He's still got the experience, the name, and a spark of what made him great. What he needs now is a reset. Cut the toxic ties, rebuild from scratch, and stop chasing approval from the same crowd that turned on him. Because in the end, every creator learns the same hard truth. Fame fades, trends die, and clout doesn't last, but self-respect does.
If IDubbbz ever remembers that, maybe one day we'll see the return of the real end, not the broken version trying to survive internet politics. Until then, his story stands as a big neon warning sign for every creator out there chasing the algorithm instead of their own integrity. And there it is, the full story of IDubbbz's rise, fall, and chaotic spiral into internet infamy. What started as a bold, fearless creator calling out nonsense has now turned into a messy reminder of how quickly the spotlight can burn you out. Watching Ian go from the face of YouTube's golden age to a symbol of self-destruction has been wild, sad, and honestly kind of legendary in his own tragic way. Some say he lost everything because he changed. Others say he lost it because he didn't know who he was to begin with. Either way, it's clear this isn't the same IDubbbz we once knew. The confidence, the sharp humor, the creative fire, it all got buried under drama, bad choices, and endless internet noise. Meanwhile, Anissa has managed to flip every ounce of this disaster into her own platform, pulling views, headlines, and sponsorships out of pure controversy. It's like she's mastered the art of staying relevant while Ian fades deeper into the background. But here's the thing, no one's beyond redemption. If Ian really wanted to, he could still claw his way back. All it takes is honesty, humility, and the guts to admit he lost his way. People might clown him now, but the internet loves a comeback when it feels real. Imagine him dropping a raw, unfiltered video. No fake moralizing, no pandering, just truth. That could flip everything overnight. He's still got the experience, the name, and a spark of what made him great. What he needs now is a reset. Cut the toxic ties, rebuild from scratch, and stop chasing approval from the same crowd that turned on him. Because in the end, every creator learns the same hard truth. Fame fades, trends die, and clout doesn't last, but self-respect does. If IDubbbz ever remembers that, maybe one day we'll see the return of the real end, not the broken version trying to survive internet politics. Until then, his story stands as a big neon warning sign for every creator out there chasing the algorithm instead of their own integrity. And there it is, the full story of IDubbbz's rise, fall, and chaotic spiral into internet infamy. What started as a bold, fearless creator calling out nonsense has now turned into a messy reminder of how quickly the spotlight can burn you out. Watching Ian go from the face of YouTube's golden age to a symbol of self-destruction has been wild, sad, and honestly kind of legendary in his own tragic way. Some say he lost everything because he changed. Others say he lost it because he didn't know who he was to begin with. Either way, it's clear this isn't the same IDubbbz we once knew. The confidence, the sharp humor, the creative fire, it all got buried under drama, bad choices, and endless internet noise. Meanwhile, Anissa has managed to flip every ounce of this disaster into her own platform, pulling views, headlines, and sponsorships out of pure controversy. It's like she's mastered the art of staying relevant while Ian fades deeper into the background. But here's the thing, no one's beyond redemption. If Ian really wanted to, he could still claw his way back. All it takes is honesty, humility, and the guts to admit he lost his way. People might clown him now, but the internet loves a comeback when it feels real. Imagine him dropping a raw, unfiltered video. No fake moralizing, no pandering, just truth. That could flip everything overnight. He's still got the experience, the name, and a spark of what made him great. What he needs now is a reset. Cut the toxic ties, rebuild from scratch, and stop chasing approval from the same crowd that turned on him. Because in the end, every creator learns the same hard truth. Fame fades, trends die, and clout doesn't last, but self-respect does. If IDubbbz ever remembers that, maybe one day we'll see the return of the real end, not the broken version trying to survive internet politics. Until then, his story stands as a big neon warning sign for every creator out there chasing the algorithm instead of their own integrity.